Boil up. It's D&D in the building. Purdue power. No ceiling. Yeah. Double D back, that's Derek and Dalton. Talking gold blood, Mackey been molten. Black and gold dreams, banners we folding. Paint crew loud, every rim gets swollen. Stats so clean, you think it's a scheme. History books get per the screen. From humble to E-Day, legends on replay. We run through Mars like it's just another weekday. Double the energy, talking that legacy. Boiler boys cooking, no recipe. Microphone magic, rivalry static. We breaking it down, keep it cinematic. You want the heat, better tune in fast.
Hello, welcome back to the Double D Podcast. My name is Derek, and as always, this is my co-host Dalton. Looks like he's going to go cut some trees down with Oscar Cluff here in a little bit. This is to recap the Purdue victory over Penn State, 93-85. There was almost no defense played in this game. It was pretty awesome to watch from a viewer's standpoint because there really wasn't a ton of fouls. It was kind of just a flowing game with a lot of offense and a lot of shot making and a lot of Braden Smith. And who's the guy that you just said?
Mr. Josh Reed.
And a lot of Josh Reed. Those two guys absolutely went crazy. And we'll get into all of it. Dalton, how was your weekend going? And, how's life?
Weekend's cool. A lot of sports. Great sports weekend for everyone. Whatever sport you're into, there was something on for you. Soccer, football, basketball, just a great weekend. I ate a lot of takeout food, didn't cook at all. So I have zero complaints about life, and Purdue got the dub. So obviously cherry on top. Wife is starting to feel better from the vid.
Good.
So we're back on top, baby. What's up?
Yeah, great weekend, obviously, for me from a fan standpoint. Purdue wins, Michigan loses. I hate Michigan. The Bears have one of the craziest comeback wins in the playoffs I've ever seen. The Cubs get Alex Bregman. It's just a perfect weekend for me from a sports standpoint outside of the fact that Indiana looks basically unbeatable in football, which is the stinkiest thing that could possibly happen. So if I just ignore college football, which is what I'm trying to do, then I feel really good about the way things went. Family was good. Jameson had a game. They lost on Saturday, but it was a good game. We had two of our only two kids who haven't scored all season, both scored. So that's always, wow. I told our best player, your only goal in this game is to get those guys a bucket, and he got them both a bucket. So
shout out Dane, baby.
Shout out Dane. Shout out Jameson, had a couple steals, played a good game.
Let's go. He didn't even invite me, dude.
Oh, what a jerk.
Usually he invites me to.
Probably because we were playing like one of the better teams in the league, and we pretty well knew we were going to lose that game, but we don't have the horses for it. But
what a bum, dude. I'm mad at that kid right now.
Did the same thing as you, though, dude. Yesterday, Jameson stayed the night at his cousin's house, and we had I got him McDonald's on the way over there because they were eating something he didn't. He's the pickiest kid in the world. And then Joe, my daughter, is like, I want Domino's. So I stopped and got her a pizza, which she ate the entire pizza. And then Megan's like, I want Los Tres. So we got that. I was like, man, I'm just ordering it. And then this morning we ordered Dunkin'. Shout out Dunkin', not a sponsor. But really wish you were. But yeah, just a good weekend. Pretty laid back, pretty chill. Only had one kid both nights because one of them stayed the night somewhere each night. So
that's my whole life.
yeah. Yeah, you made the smart decision early on. You don't have to supplement. But yeah, so enough of that. We'll get to the game. Purdue wins. Wins a win in the Big Ten. This Penn State team is feisty. They do not go away. All the credit in the world to them. I was actually really impressed just at the way that they hang around. They're just so good at not, like, whenever they need a bucket, they get a bucket. And that's a lot of credit to them. It's also a lot of Purdue did not play very good defense in this game in the second half, specifically. And first, actually, really the whole game. I'm not going to say specifically. It was bad the whole time. The first half was just leaving guys wide open, and then the second half they were just killing us inside. Which makes no sense. But thank God we have Braden Smith on our team, who absolutely dominated. Oscar Cluff was excellent in this game. What are your initial thoughts of the game? and kind of, we'll keep this kind of high level. We'll go through the stats, but I think this is a lot of credit to Penn State here.
Yeah, it was a slugfest. They're a wounded Nittany Lion team. I tweeted that they were coming to town looking for the kill. They've had a rough go of it in the Big Ten. All credit to them. They're missing 2 of their best players, and they gave us a fight for our lives. I mean, we saw it against Michigan. They're tough. For a team that I honestly thought, dog walking, but it was not. It was not. For an 0-5 team in the Big Ten, you should be aware if Penn State is coming to play you, and if you're going to play them, you better have your game face on.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's the crazy thing, they were 22-point underdogs against Michigan, 21-point underdogs against us, and it's a 2-point game, an 8-point game. They had a 4-point game against Michigan State. They had an 8-point game against Illinois. They've played every good team best team in the Big Ten, and have almost won everyone. Had a real shot to be close in every one of those games. So, really impressed with what their fight level is, because obviously they are injured and they're depleted and they don't really have the same talent level, but they got guys that, man, they don't give up and they scrap and they claw and they fight, and credit to them. But fortunately for Purdue, just had too much talent, too much scoring. Braden Smith was not going to lose this game. Penn State's on his list, as they beat us last year, if anybody remembers, pretty handily, to be honest. Maybe one of the worst games I've ever seen Purdue play was that Penn State game last year at Penn State. But a little bit different story this time. This game, early in the first half, even kind of late in the first half, I think they had us down 5 with like 6 minutes left in the first half. And I happened to be texting my dad at that time, and I said that Purdue doesn't go on a run now, this could get ugly. And Purdue immediately goes on like an 8-0 run, gets it to a 3 or 4 point lead. And it was one of those things where that felt like you kind of forget about that by the end of the game, but that was a pivotal moment. Did you see anything in the first half that kind of had Penn State in the game, or were they just kind of making everything?
Yeah, they were hitting everything, man. But I also saw we were a step late on help again.
Mm-hmm.
I have not a lot of negative things. I was really negative in the last episode, the Washington episode, which I still feel justified in. But
isn't it weird how different this 8-point win felt than that Washington one?
Yeah, it's just a cleaner game. I mean, defensively it was bad, and everyone knows that. But we didn't try to beat ourselves this game. We didn't give them, an 8-point loss. They earned an 8-point loss.
Yeah,
it's like that's what I'm not gonna. They played a good game. We played a better game, and that's what I expect out of Purdue. Not that it matters what I expect, but we had 7. No, we had 3 turnovers the whole game. So if we're gonna lose, that's how I want to lose.
Yeah, lose because a team comes out and absolutely lights you up, not because you give a game away in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, they hit 15 threes or something stupid like that, like somebody else did yesterday.
And they didn't make a ton. Their bench played. I think they had like 29 bench points. They played really well. This was one of those games that, even though once the first half ended and Purdue was up, whatever, they were up, and then we kind of stretched it immediately like we do every game in the second half. It kind of hovered around, 8 to 12 points. I think we got up 14 with like 5 minutes left. So it was one of those games that we were playing well, they were playing well, but it never felt super close in the second half. Like, it was always at an arm's length. They never got it down to like a possession or 2 possessions. So Purdue did a good job of responding every time, because they were making good shots. And the difference to me between this game and the Washington game was the Washington game, that team didn't play that well. We absolutely were dominating them. And then we kind of just lost the effort side of it in the second half and just tried to coast the way home. And I think that's what frustrated us so much. Whereas this game was like, hey man, this team came ready to play, and you got to beat them. We've seen what they can do against high level teams. For some reason, they play these high level teams better than they play some of the lower level teams. And we both predicted a big victory here, double digit, 20 some points. And We shouldn't have done that because we've seen what they do against these good teams. But the Big Ten's hard, and I think everybody's kind of learning that. Michigan learned that, losing at home to Wisconsin. This is a tough league, and it's gonna take a hell of an effort every night, and you're gonna probably lose games you shouldn't lose. And Purdue so far hasn't done that, and we have 3 in a row now that Iowa at home ends this 3-game home stretch, and then we go to the West Coast trip. If you get through those 3 games without a loss, you've really gotten through almost all of your don't lose these games, because it gets real tough after that. You get Illinois, IU, Michigan State, IU again, Ohio State on the road. Like, it gets pretty tough. So if we get through these 3 without a loss, that's a huge, huge victory for Purdue.
Right.
Because Nebraska's going to lose games. Michigan, I don't know how many games they're going to lose, but they have a tough schedule. Illinois is actually sneakily hanging in there more than people think they are, but I'm just not convinced that Brad Underwood could lead a team to not blowing up in a few of these games. So all in all,
I think for Illinois, they decide their future. Like, they decide whether they win the Big Ten or not. That is probably the most, I hate to say this and I might catch flack, that's the most talented team in the Big Ten. But they don't show up for every game.
Right. Yeah, that one dude, that really good forward, that foreign kid,
Mirkovic.
There's games where the coach is like, "You're not playing because you suck today." Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Stojakovic can look like one of the best players in the country, and then the next game he no-shows. Boswell, same way. Avicic brothers, same way.
These European players are very streaky.
They play like pros.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, Stojakovic went off today. He had 18, but it's like that Mirkovic was nowhere to be found today.
Yeah, they rarely have a game where they have 3 or 4 guys all play well.
Right.
Like Purdue did in this game. Purdue's starters dominated this game.
Yeah.
TKR was our worst starter, and he has 7 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 0 turnovers.
Right.
One of those things where Purdue all year has gotten by because they have this depth and all this stuff. Well, their bench had 4 points in this game. Purdue's starters dominated this game.
Not a great bench performance because didn't need to be.
Didn't need to be. When your starters, when Braden and CJ and Oscar and Fletcher are all playing the way they were, I mean,
hard to find minutes too when Braden gets 39 minutes.
And Fletcher was playing well. He was shooting well. CJ was playing great. CJ's minutes are going to keep going up. He's going to play 30 a game. Like, he's obviously separated himself.
Nasty.
And was really impressed with what he did in this game.
Jump in.
Yeah, let me pull the stats up real quick, and we'll kind of start breaking those down. Give me 1 second. Let me get the right thing here. We'll start with Purdue. We need to get this layout correct here. Oh, here we go again. There we go. Why does the fire alarm never stop? It's annoying, and I wish you would stop, and I know you won't, and I'm gonna have to live with that for as long as we do this podcast.
I wish you would stop.
I just know you won't. All right, let's start with your guy in this game. Braden's the obvious way, but Oscar Cluff, man, this guy just continues. One thing I noticed about Oscar Cluff in this game, and I guess I haven't just paid attention to it, he is incredible at keeping the ball above his head. Like, he gets the ball on passes or rebounds and it never comes down, ever. It's what you're taught to do as a big man, and in this game plays almost 30 minutes. That's got to be one of his highest minute totals of the year. And never really looked super tired. 10 for 11, draws 8 fouls. Didn't realize that in real time watching this game, but 23 points, 2 assists, a turnover, a block. Felt like he had 7 rebounds. To me, it felt like he easily had like 13. It just, some of them went to other people because of the work that he did. So I know he's your guy. What were your thoughts on him? He did have a little bit of struggle from the free throw line, which is, I don't worry about because he's been good all year.
Yeah, Cluff. Incredible performance, man. This is like an All-American type stat line right here. It was just kind of overshadowed by the day Braden had. It's hard to shine when you play with the greatest player in the country. but Cluff, efficiency-wise, just a masterclass. Little to no mistakes. He did have the one sleepy turnover, but he even was shaking his head after that, like he knows. The dude's a veteran. He's a veteran, and
a little bit on your teammate, right? Like your teammate needs to call
nobody called it out. Like I don't think anyone was looking.
Mm-mm.
That's what I think. Benter, looked like he was trying to set a screen the other way. I don't think anybody saw Dilione, which is a sneaky play on him, but a great play for him. But Cluff, man, he just is everything Purdue wanted him to be, what I've been raving about since the day we signed him. He's a Purdue player that went to another school. And I couldn't be happier with the signing that Painter did again.
Yeah, it's funny because also like kind of remember in like the early season, even during these exhibitions, we were kind of like, man, I don't know if this is going to work.
Right.
Well, pardon my French, it fucking worked. He is exactly everything Purdue needed. A big body who finishes down low. I mean, the guy's shooting almost 80% on the season. Goes 10 for 11 in this game. Like, what was our biggest complaint about first last year is that he didn't finish around the rim. Oscar Cluff finishes everything. It's incredible. His footwork, his hands. He doesn't turn the ball over. He had one in this game, but again, that was kind of an unforced, crazy situation. And the guy's an absolute just stud. Everything we needed. And I was going to ask you, did you hear in the most recent Running Point, Braden talking about Oscar and saying like he's like the nicest, most calm guy ever. He's like, yeah, we lose a game, he'd be like, oh, it's all right, mate. We'll get to the next one.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that typical Aussie, and it looks like he has older parents.
Yeah.
And I think that is a characteristic of that. Like most kids that I knew that had like, quite a bit older established parents were usually the most laid back people.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. They raised him well. He's a great guy. Yeah, I can't say enough about Oscar Cluff, and I really hope he gets another year because that would be sick.
Oh, yeah. If he comes back next year, it'd be absolutely insane. I'll kind of finish with this. Oscar Cluff, to me, if wherever Purdue goes this year, if he was not added to this team, they would not have went there. And yes, it eats into TKR's numbers a little, but what it actually truly allows is TKR to, one, play with more freedom on the defensive end because he doesn't have to worry about guarding these huge guys. He doesn't have to worry about fouls, and it allows TKR to rebound. And the biggest weakness for Purdue last year was interior defense and rebounding. And you brought in the one guy who's fixed both of those. He's inspired your other big guy to be able to, get rebounds himself and become a whole different version of himself. He never, I don't want to say never, but he so rarely turns the ball over. That's why he's the number one most efficient offensive player. It's not the scoring. He doesn't turn it over. He gets offensive rebounds. Incredible performance by Cluff. Very happy to see it. Quickly, we'll hit on Jacobson. He didn't play a lot in this game. You're going to see this when Cluff's cooking. There's no reason. Jacobson just needs to come in and do what he needs to do in the time he's in. He only gets 10 minutes. Misses both free throws. Again, the bigs didn't shoot free throws well in this game. I mean, between them, they were 6 for 10? No, 4 for 10. So rough game from our bigs from the free throw line. Kind of made our whole team's free throw shooting was awful in this game. We go 6 for 14, or else this is a pretty dominant blowout win.
If we go 43%,
yeah, we go our normal 12 for 14. That's 6 more points. We win this game by 14. We would have been up by 20 at one point. But Jacobson looked fine in there. 2 rebounds. The shot he missed. I thought he could have dunked. I always feel that he should dunk everything if he's within 3 feet. But did you have much to say on him? I know there wasn't a lot to talk about in his game.
No, I mean, just keep getting better, DJ. We will need you. Yes. I promise. So just keep your head up and don't get discouraged with the time that you're given. Just make the most of it and learn everything you can while Cluff and TKR are here.
100%. We'll go over to Trey, go to the other big. Only gets 6 shots up. It's got to be one of the lowest of his career. 3 for 6. Does get 9 rebounds, though, 4 of them being offensive rebounds. So really like to see that activity. Also 4 assists, no turnovers. After the last game where Braden and TKR had 12 turnovers, in this game, they have 18 assists to 1 turnover between them.
Bingo.
What a bounce back for 2 guys who have to be leaders out there and clearly were. This is one of those games where this is the great thing about this team and about having Oscar Cluff is Trey can have these games where he really has to just focus on passing and rebounding because we're doubling him every time he got the ball. And if he can be a great passer and not turn the ball over, that just adds to Purdue's strength. What do you think of his game? We have to kind of learn to embrace, I think, this different version of TKR.
Yeah, his shot selection seemed a little. He was doing it again. I noticed yesterday, like where he couldn't decide whether he wanted to pass or shoot, and I'm like, bro, your TKR, just do your push shot. Cluff will probably get the rebound, and I think he doesn't have that trust. He played last year where everything was a struggle, everything.
Yeah.
Like there was no easy games, not one last year. And maybe that's a trauma piece for him, but it's like you gotta trust Cluff down low. Like, he might not get all of them, but take your shot, TK. Like we're gonna need that push shot, when we get into like the Michigans and teams like that. And I was happy to see the doubles not frustrating him quite as much this game. He's starting to learn that hey, that's what everyone's going to do, so I got to figure out what my role is now. They're going to try to push him off the block. He's not going to get very many back down situations without a quick double, so what is the next evolution of TKR?
Yeah, I think we're seeing it. I think it's the passing, and I know he's capable, and I think the biggest thing, like you just mentioned, like it's not about making better passes or anything. It's just quicker decisions.
Yeah.
Like the indecisiveness, like, okay, if you realize the double's coming, either you have to shoot it immediately before it gets there, or you've got to get rid of it before the double gets all the way there.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to continue to, like, that's the thing. And I think we mentioned it in the preview. I don't think that Purdue by any stretch is at its peak. I think that there's still a lot of guys learning how to play this new role, including Braden. You've seen him really take an uptick in scoring. Fletcher has really started to drive the ball a little bit more on these closeouts. Oscar's still kind of learning his role. Trey's learning how to be a better passer in this situation. And CJ's learning how to be a true 30-minute-a-game rotation guy. So still a lot to go there. Let's jump to Jack. For all those who said he'd only get 6-7 minutes a game, he plays 13 minutes in this meaningful basketball game. Does go 0 for 2, so he finally breaks his level of perfection. But both looked good. I mean, that 3 shot I thought was in.
It was
honestly,
it came out.
Gives you 2 rebounds, draws a foul. Did have a kind of a weird turnover, but I thought he was fine in his 13 minutes. He shot the shots he should have shot. Did you see anything with Jack or kind of just, for me, I just wish he would shoot it a little bit more.
Cam Heidi game.
Yeah, it very much kind of was.
That's the greatest comparison that I have for it, was a Cam Heidi type of game. Nothing really that bad. Nothing really impressive. Just keep learning, growing, Jack. You'll be fine, dude. Yeah. I don't think there was a lot more shots to be had for him yesterday.
That's probably
It's
true.
like playing within the offense, and when you have Braden with 26 and Cluff with 23, CJ with 16, there's not a whole lot of shots to go around. So I think he did what he had to, and he did get he gets sealed.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed this on a 3 that like he kind of got caught cheating down, and it allowed them to move a screener over to seal for, I can't remember if it was Reed or if it was Dilione for a wing 3, but I saw Jack get picked off, and by the time he turned around, it was already sealed. So
yeah.
I'm sure that'll get brought up in the film room, but I was like, against dagger teams, good shooting teams, you got to be aware of what's behind you, where your man is, how far off you're cheating. Like, and that's the help defense that Purdue runs sometimes drives me insane, dude.
Yeah, there was a lot of times we're helping on 6'6" guys who are being guarded by Trey, right, and leaving open a 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
you're right, but it's the way Painter plays his defense. It's not going to change. We overhelp. It's almost a matchup zone at this point. It sucks when you get a team that starts hitting the shots, but that's what Purdue honestly is trying to do, is to keep you out of the and force you into tough threes. But okay, let's move to the kind of wings here. We can combine CJ and Jakari, but I think CJ deserves his own talk on this one. He goes 3 for 8 from 3, 6 for 11, aggressive again. I mean, he's putting up 10 shots a game now. Gets 4 rebounds, an assist, no turnover, 3 steals. Thought he played excellent defense. Dilione had trouble all night long. That's why the other guys on their team had to do it for him. So, and then Jakari, just keeps having these games where he seems to have very little impact. And as that continues, you're going to see CJ had 26 minutes to 13 for Jakari. That gap's just going to keep growing if CJ keeps playing like this. So Jakari ends up with 2 points, single rebound, and 1 steal. So 4 steals between them, though. What were your thoughts on those guys?
Yeah, great defense between both of them. A lot of people talk about the offensive aspect, but, they are the shutdown guys. I don't find myself ever asking where they're at or why they're floating that far over. They're quick recovery guys. CJ, when he shoots, I never go, what is that? In fact, when CJ has the ball, go, why the hell didn't you shoot that? Like, just knowing his quick trigger and his form and how beautiful the shot is, he's getting more comfortable with that pump fake 1 dribble in, which seems a lot of guys are, and Jakari's also trying to use that. But the thing about that is you have to be a danger in order for somebody to bite on the pump fake. So if you're not, the pump fake is a waste of time, and it shows the ball. So Jakari's got to do something, man. This is a worry alarm that I am putting out to everyone that watches our show. Jakari has to do something, or we have a Miles Colvin on our hands. And I don't think it's I don't think it's too early to say it, man. The body language on the court, and I'm not, by any means a body language expert, but the killer's gone.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's almost as if when I watch games, I don't even notice Jakari on the floor, which is never really a good thing. When I watch now, like that little stretch there where CJ and Braden were just stealing the ball and passing it back and forth down the court, and then CJ got back-to-back and-ones on that, really stretched the game out late in the second half. I mean, you just see that every game with CJ. He has moments where he kind of briefly takes over. And, now you see the results of that. He's getting 10+ shots a game. He's getting steals. I don't know. He's got to be close to 1.5, 2 steals a game at this point. He's playing great. And then, we'll jump into Omer real quick. Gives you a 9 trillion, plays 9 minutes, doesn't record a single stat, takes 2 shots, misses them both. Was pretty disappointed in that after the game he had before against Washington. Thought it might be time for him to break out. But when Braden has a game like this, we're not going to see much of Omer, and he's not going to get much done. So I don't even blame Omer on that, but he was our worst plus-minus guy.
I'll say the same thing about Omer as I said about the Illinois guys earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That is him. I mean, it must be the European culture or the style of game over there, because it's like we cannot get back-to-back games. I mean, 9 minutes is enough time to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the floor 9 minutes. I mean, and he was in with some baller lineups, quick lineups where it was just Cluff in the middle. Yeah, he's got to figure out how to put it together. I mean, you stay in the game longer. You find other minutes to get if you perform.
Yeah, his 9 minutes, if he does something while he's in the game, his 9 minutes would have been 14.
Yep.
Because you become you got to be valuable. Like, my problem with Omer is he hasn't learned, like, the players that get to play minutes for Painter that aren't necessarily the best players at that time are the guys who come in. It's like Jack Benner. They rebound. They pass the ball well. Omer recording 0 rebounds, 0 assists, no steal. Like, he's not. If you're not scoring, you have to be productive in other ways. And it just feels like right now he's relying so much on only being a scorer. Well, that's fine if that's what your role is going to be, is to come in and play 10 minutes a game and try to be a pop off the bench. But that's not going to get you 20 minutes a game. Because if you want 20 minutes a game, you have to be a facilitator. You have to improve Braden while you're in the game. Like, not be better than Braden, but you have to make it easier and better for Braden. So that means he gets to play off ball and become a scorer. Well, you had 0 assists, so you were no reason for any of his points. So yeah, just need to see more out of Omer if he's going to continue to play. If this is just going to be his role, I'm fine with that too. Because there are games where he can come in and score 8 points in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not down on him. I'm just like, you gotta do, bro. If the shots haven't been falling for a while, I mean, you got 2 in the last game, but be another Braden. Watch your minutes grow. Find those crazy passes.
Yeah, I think we had talked about it multiple times earlier in the season. We kind of expected him to almost have supplanted himself as a 20-minute guy by this point.
Right.
And he hasn't done that. It's really gone the other direction. So we'll see what the future holds. I mean, Buffalo just won this game against the Jaguars with an interception.
Pick.
But yeah, Omer, hoping that really, I just want him to become a great shooter by the end of this season, because he could be valuable in that regard. So we'll move on from the guy who played the least amount of minutes here and go to Fletcher. Yet again, as I say every show, and it will continue to be a theme, he leads the team in plus minus. If you ever see anyone on the internet or you're involved, stop and tell that person to stop. And I don't know what you're doing. Are you going to a masquerade ball?
3-ball Fletcher is back, baby. He's back.
Oh, you're saying 3-ball Fletcher.
He woke up. You know what that is, dude. Now you gotta lay down.
I'm not looking. Yeah, Fletcher has a great game. Plays almost 32 minutes. Again, got to be close to the season high. These guys are starting to play more minutes. Goes 6 for 10, 4 of 8 from 3, and that was after he missed his first 2. So really, really played well and shot the ball well throughout the last 30 minutes of this game. Was lights out. Love to see that. Did miss a free throw. Free throw shooting was wild in this game. He misses a free throw. You had guys, Jacobson 0 for 2. CJ misses a free throw. Like, odd game shooting free throws.
Thumbs up with the rims and Mackey.
Yeah, I'm just going to call that a one-off. But Fletcher does his job and gets 0 rebounds. Does have 2 assists, no turnovers. Highest plus minus on the team, scores 17 points. He just does this every single game and never fails. What were your thoughts on Fletch in this game?
Yep. Just happy to see the threes start dropping, man. It's been a long couple of games. A long few games. I think it's been 3 in a row where it's been real challenging. So
he was going into this game, he was shooting 25% from 3 in Big Ten play.
Yeah, pretty gnarly for Fletch. He's dangerous off the bounce, man. I think he's realizing he's 6'7".
Dude, and guys come at him so hard. Like, one dribble, he can get right to. And with Oscar and Trey down there, nobody's coming over to help on Fletch. They're not leaving Oscar or Trey.
Yeah, it's a good scouting piece right there, man. I mean, he's figuring it out. Like you said, a lot of our guys are figuring it out, and it's going to be nasty when they put it together. So.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Wait till Fletch. If Fletch is back to shooting 50% from 3, with everything else happening around him, this team is, I don't want to say unbeatable, but like, I don't think many teams in the country could have played as good of an offensive game as Penn State just did. They're a good offensive team, and they hit shots. They played well. and for Purdue to still win this game easily is kind of crazy. So let's finish this off with my national player of the year, if nothing else. Braden Smith goes 11 for 18 from the field. His efficiency lately has been nuts on high volume. I think he was 10 for 15 in the last game. He's lighting it up. I don't know if you saw the post-game presser. He got a little spicy. He made sure everybody in that post-game presser knew that they had been saying he can't score the ball anymore. And he made a point to go, I just want you guys to all know I can still score the ball whenever I want to. He was go watch it because it's funny. He's clearly a little turned up about the idea that all these people don't think he can score just because he hasn't been. But we're in Big Ten play now, and you're going to see it out of him. He goes for 26, 14 freaking assists to 1 turnover, and the only turnover was really just a miscommunication with TKR not knowing that pass was coming, and Braden was pissed. But so just adds 2 steals, just an excellent basketball player.
At minimum, he was in on 54 of our points. That's at minimum.
I think somebody put the stat out. I think it was 58 or 59.
Okay, total with threes and everything.
With his assists, yeah.
And the and ones to CJ, I mean, both of those. So
yeah.
I was just basing it off of 2-pointers. I mean, that's 28 points at minimum.
Yeah.
That, and that's incredible to score 26 at the same time.
Right.
Find 14 other people for buckets, have 1 turnover the whole game. I don't even remember it.
It was that one-handed pass when Trey was down low, and he wanted Trey to keep cutting, and Trey stopped cutting.
Yeah, that was when you texted me and said pretty crazy.
Yeah, the players don't even like.
They don't know.
They can't see what he's and it pisses him off.
He's like a chess player that's seeing 4 moves in advance. Like, I've been playing a lot of chess lately, so that's where my mind's at. But chess. 159 offensive rating on KenPom. So if Mr. Josh Reed
in 39 minutes,
didn't go nuclear yesterday on the offense. Actually, they had 2 players higher than Braden, but anyways, that's stupid for 39 minutes to be that efficient. Good game, great game. We know you can score, Braden. Anybody that you got to stop. I mean, actually, not for you. Just keep listening to him. Keep reading the comments, Braden.
Yeah.
Anybody else, I would tell him maybe it's not good for your psyche, but Braden, you should read more comments.
Yeah, you got to remember what level of psycho this guy is. I want Braden to know every bad thing that's ever said about him.
But send them to him.
I want to keep reiterating as this season goes along and Braden Smith continues to do what he's doing. Really, really appreciate it, man, because it's amazing how fast it all went by. This guy was it felt like yesterday was a freshman on campus, and everybody was shocked that he's starting basketball games. And he is going to break. At this point, I think I can confidently say he is going to break the all-time assist record. I think right now he's projected to do it 2 games into the Big Ten tournament. I expect Purdue to play, at least 4 NCAA tournament games, 6 hopefully. He's going to break the record. It's going to happen. Hopefully he does it on senior night. That would be awesome. But I personally would just rather him do it in the Big Ten tournament. But really enjoy what this guy's doing, what this whole team is doing. Fletcher, Braden, and TKR. I mean, this is going to be one of the best senior classes that's ever come through Purdue. When it's all said and done, from a winning standpoint, they've already went to a national championship game. It's just remarkable that a self-called 5'10" white boy from Westfield, Indiana, has become what he's become, and what he's done for this program that's known as Big Man U. And now we have the best point guard in the country that does tons for recruiting for other point guards that want to come. And I just want to make sure that every game and every moment we're appreciating what he's doing and just how insane that 26 points and 14 assists is. And I still don't even think that really does justice to how much he dominated this game.
The best point guard of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. You can argue with a fucking wall. Excuse my language as well, but I mean that with everything I put into that. Go argue with your wall. Dude's the best point guard of all time. There's no question. You own the assist record. What is a point guard in the game to do? To make other people better, to find open shots. And just a cherry on top, this dude blows people away. like I thought he was trying to outscore Penn State by himself. I thought he was trying to win this game single-handedly, and then he finally decided that everyone else should get involved. But the best point guard of all time, true point guard. Leave me out of your Taman Lipsy talks. Leave me out of your – these guys aren't – they're not on that level. Bennett Sturts, get him out of the same gym as Braden. Like, no. The best of all time. When he breaks the record, then you can all come back to this video and say, yep, you were right. And I'll go, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and the guy's done it with almost no physical gifts, was not highly rated. He's just blown by every expectation and every, standard thing that you can say about someone that's his size. None of it matters. The guy's a winner. He's a gamer. And he's got probably the most elite vision that I've ever seen, outside of, some NBA players like Jason Williams. Like, I would compare him to like those kind of guys. Like Jason Williams had eyes in the back of his head. Steve Nash. Like, these guys are all time. Yeah, Jason Kidd. He's on the Pete Maravich. He's on that level. And it's going to be really tough when he leaves, because it's not just the winning and that, it's just every night getting so used. Like, this game was all about, wow, Braden really dominated offensively. Like, he had 14 assists. That's not normal. Like, I think you shared the thing, like 8 times he's had 13 or more or 14 or more assists. Magic Johnson second on that list with 3.
Yeah.
Like, it's a remarkable thing that he's doing. And I just wanted to take a minute there to appreciate Braden Smith and what he is and who he is for this program. And I'm sure we'll have many more rants about it as we go on.
I am sad Ertel didn't get to play 1 year with Braden.
That would have been fun.
I mean, not even for fun. I mean, I think Ertel has that mindset already that Braden has, but for him to be around him for an entire year, which he, from what I'm told, reclassed for a year behind. So I believe Ertel's almost 20, so I think that he almost could have played with Braden. So,
yeah, would have been cool, but just to get that experience with Braden and to pick his brain. But I'm hoping, the culture of Purdue is that Braden will probably still give that to him. I think Braden will be back for some of these pickup games. I don't know where he's going to fall in the draft and how quickly he'll actually get a chance in the NBA, but I do know that he has a lot of relationships, especially with like PJ and some of these guys. So, real quickly, just did want to hit a couple of the guys on their team. Dilione does end up with 25 points, but it's kind of inefficient, and a lot of it came kind of late. The guy that you were talking about, Rice, I still can't figure out why his rating was so high. You were telling me that, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, the guy had 11 points and 4 rebounds in 26 minutes.
It's pretty
crazy. Ken Palm's kind of crazy sometimes with these. I think it might have just. I just honestly don't know. But I was really impressed with their team. They shot the ball very well. Shot well from 3. Shot well from the free throw line. Rebounded well. The one thing that they didn't do was cause a lot of fouls on Purdue. They didn't really attack Purdue. A lot of their scoring in the second half were actually, unfortunately, wide open layups. But did you see anything there? I'm trying to figure out why this team does so well against top level teams, and I just can't put my finger on it.
Because they're a play to your competition team.
Yeah.
They're gunning for your throat. If you're a big dog, they're going to let off the gas. They're an immature team. The maturity level isn't quite there, and I think that's a coaching thing. Rhodes is not a good coach. So that's on the players to come out and control that. So I think sometimes when you're an immature team, there's not a whole lot of leadership. There's a whole lot of youngsters. You're going to come out and try to shock good teams, and then you're going to get surprised by teams that shouldn't beat you.
Yeah.
And I think they'll end up beating somebody. They legitimately could beat somebody they shouldn't in the Big Ten.
Hopefully
very
Nebraska.
Easily. Yeah, and they're not a great defensive team either, which comes with that maturity level in coaching.
Yeah.
It's like, know your assignments. Like, we scored 93. Never mind they scored 85, but it's like KenPom has it listed. Basically, we took over in what would be considered quarter 3, which was what you said, the beginning of the second half. So it was 17-23. It's not a huge difference. Right. I mean, we didn't really beat them bad in any part of the game. Quarter 4 was 25-24. I mean, yeah, they're a tough team. I got a lot of respect. And if the players stay put and they have some class to them and don't just all transfer out looking for more money, this could be a dangerous team in 2-3 years.
Yeah, because they're almost all freshmen.
Yeah, I think 13? They had maybe some.
They have 8.
No, it was 7 or 8.
7 true freshmen.
Yeah. So if they stick around, which if they were smart, they would, man. You stick that many freshmen around, you might lose maybe one between now and then. When you're seniors, you guys are winning the Natty. Like,
yeah.
Good
but
chance.
Unfortunately, we know how this goes. They're probably going to lose 6 of those next year.
It is what it is, man. But it's like I hope for them that they would be able to stick together. You come in with your brothers like that, and you keep each other accountable. Keep each other's heads up. I'm impressed with Penn State. I mean, good game, fellas. I know they're probably not going to check this out, but if they do, good work. You gave us a run, gave us stuff to work on, stuff to look at and film. So,
yep, 100%. So yeah, we'll start turning the wheel here and wrapping this up. Any final thoughts? We'll get to player of the game and stuff here, but I mean, the last thing I really want to say is, I think if you pay a lot of attention to national media out there, I was watching some reaction from the Field of 68, and they clearly had not watched the game. It was very, very obvious. One of them even talked about how Purdue barely beat Washington. I said, you clearly didn't watch the game. They were up by 23 points. It was a coast to victory type of game. But anyway, just be careful, because a lot of people are just box score watchers. So they'll look at this game and they'll say, oh, TKR, he's just not having a good year. Well, okay, TKR had 9, 7, 4, and no turnovers. That's pretty damn efficient. You'll look at games like this, or they'll tell you that Fletcher's not shooting well, or they'll tell you a lot of different things. Okay, but in the end, we watch every game. If you're a Purdue fan, you watch every game. Don't get caught up in any of that stuff. Enjoy the team. You know who they are. You know what they're about. And sometimes it's easy to get caught up in these battles and fights on Twitter with other fan bases. But as Painter always says, and as I've tweeted to about 400 Michigan fans in the last 24 hours, you're either humble or you're about to be humbled. So there is no unbeatable team in basketball, in college basketball specifically. Arizona's going to lose a game. It's going to happen. Iowa State's going to lose a game. Purdue's going to lose another game. I hate to tell everybody, but a 99% chance they will lose another game. But enjoy this ride. And when we do lose, and I'm going to try to do better about this, stay off the internet. Wait till the next game. I know you're not. You're going after people.
I'm looking for it, dude.
Sometimes Dalton just needs the pain. It's part of his MO. So, all right, I'll go first on the player of the game, and I'm going to take the layup. I'm going to take Braden Smith. Unbelievable performance. If we get this aggressive, efficient, non-turnover version of Braden Smith, we literally can win the national title, and it won't be surprising to me whatsoever if and when we do. To have a lead guard that not only is capable of scoring 26 points on efficient shooting, but also able to get everyone else involved and have 14 assists with only 1 turnover, playing 39 minutes. And then the most underrated thing at this point about Braden is what he does on the defensive end. There's times that you will see Braden Smith so far from his guy because he's trying to be sneaky and get a steal. And by the time they do get it back to his guy, he's right there. He's so crafty on the defensive end. He gets all these crazy steals. Those back-to-back and-ones from CJ were created by both of them just being pests. CJ gets credit for, I think, both of those steals, but really Braden caused at least one of them. He's just so elite on both sides of the ball now in what he does. It's his own way. Very few people in the entire country play defense like Braden Smith. It's a very, very different version, but he's able to do that because this Purdue team has the other guys around him that it needs. So he's my player of the game. Unbelievable performance, back-to-back now. Take the 6 turnovers away from Washington, and he's had back-to-back insane nights.
Yeah. Braden deserves it. He's the MVP on KenPom. I
Who's your
bet
player of the game?
no one can guess who my player of the game is. I bet if you watch more than one episode of this, you have no idea what I'm about to say. It is like, give me a
lizard.
All right, Oscar Cluff, baby. Mr. Cluff, the land down under thunder, gets her done again. He's the abominable snowman in the lane. He is who you don't want to see when you're driving to the basket. You don't want him to double on you. He does all the things. He does everything that the best type of role players in the country do, their job. He asks no questions. He doesn't bitch. He doesn't complain. He fills the role we need for that game. In this game, that would be 23 points and 7 rebounds, which is pretty low for him. But this is a All-American stat line, and Oscar Cluff just continues to impress. His mom continues to like our tweets, and we love her. You know, she looks like the sweetest lady on earth. She raised a good boy, and we are just proud to have Mr. Cluff on the team. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for doing what you do, sir. Great game, and many more to you.
Yes, sir. The biggest thing for me with Oscar Cluff is all the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. The defense is way better than I ever thought it would be.
Screens.
He really held that guy on their team, Uric, I think is his name, who had some rebounds, but only gets 9 points. I mean, the guy is a load. And Oscar played great defense. He's done it multiple times now. He doesn't get the ball. Yeah, in only 2 fouls and he draws 8. I mean, that's massive. He got them in foul trouble while staying out of it himself. The screening he does.
I thought he was going to shoot 3.
Oh, there was that one moment. I thought so too.
I wanted it so bad, dude.
But I mean, just everything. He screens well. He high hedges on defense. Like, he just does all the little things. He causes so many wide open rebounds for other guys. Just a great player, and I'm so happy he plays for Purdue, and that we don't have to watch him on Iowa State or another team and go, man, we should have got that guy. Just happy to have him. What a great addition by Matt Painter and the whole Purdue staff and program. So that's that. Penn State, heck of a basketball team for being 0-5 in the Big Ten. I'll tell you that right now. They won't end this season with no wins. They've played so many good teams already. I imagine they're going to probably go on a little bit of a streak here at some point and win, 5 of 7 or something along those lines. A great weekend where Michigan loses, which, I mean, the implications of that being a home loss to Wisconsin really, really helped produce chances to win the Big Ten. It's not just like a haha, Michigan, you suck. It really does change the whole landscape of the Big Ten race.
It is that.
It is also that. I hate Michigan, but it does. It truly, truly helps that. Now, Nebraska upsetting, I guess it kind of was, the IU was favored at home against Nebraska, coming back and winning that game after being 16 down. The fight that Nebraska shows is pretty crazy. Nebraska has an inside shot to win the thing now. I mean, they've played a lot of their toughest games already. We'll see how that all shakes out long term, but for now, I mean, they're kind of in the driver's seat. But Purdue's right there with them, and really think that Purdue, from what I looked yesterday pretty hard at the schedule. I think 16-4 might be the floor. That's assuming we lose all the big, like we lose to Michigan, we lose to either Illinois or Michigan State. We pick up a weird loss. We pick up another weird loss. But these next 3 games are vital. If we win these next 3 games, I think we have a clear shot to win the Big Ten, and that would be huge because I think the winner of the Big Ten gets the 1 seed from the Big Ten, maybe in the Midwest. The only other problem is Iowa State is also wanting that Midwest 1 seed. And the other team's fighting for it. UConn wants the East. Arizona wants the West. So we got to find a way to get that and at least get a 1 seed so we can walk our way into Indianapolis and hopefully play in front of our home fans for a national title. any final thoughts from you? Any long overarching, long-term thoughts from this, and maybe what you're kind of expecting here in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, one game at a time, brother. We got a long West Coast trip, 2 games back to back out there within 3 days of each other. Don't get too far ahead of yourselves. It's kind of like me. I quit drinking about 9 months ago, and if I think too far ahead, I black hole myself, and I'm like, wow, forever seems like a long time. But if I just focus on what I'm doing today, it's a lot easier. So just go to each game, handle that game, focus on that game plan, and I think we'll be just fine. The only thing that can stop Purdue, I think, is themselves. So this year, it's all up to you guys. Leave it on the court. Kill. That's what's up. We want to see. I want to spend way too much money to go down to Indy in April. I think the whole fan base does. It's not like IU fans have to go to Miami. We have to go to Indianapolis. That city's going to be packed to the freaking brim, dude. I'll sleep in a tent if I have to. I don't care. But just bring it home, boys. Go get Iowa next. It's going to be a challenge. They're a tough team. They dropped a one today where it looked like they were going to come back, but yeah, I'd say don't get too far ahead of yourself. And I think with our senior leadership, we know that. One game at a time, and that's how you eat a horse. One game at a time.
Yeah. Also, who's eating horses?
Dogs.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you kind of set that up perfect. Next up, Iowa. Again at Mackey. Students will be back. Thank God. I'm going to try to find it. I don't know if you are wanting to go to that game or not, but I'm trying to see if I can get free tickets. And if so, you're welcome to come.
Be nice if Mr. Foreman would get 2 guys that I know that love Purdue a couple media passes.
Yeah, probably won't be till next year, if that. But I am going to apply for like Big Ten tournament credentials, NCAA tournament credentials. See what happens. But yeah, Iowa 6:30 on Wednesday, early tip. Expected a fight out of Iowa. They're reeling. They've lost 2 in a row after getting ranked 19th. So they're going to fall back out of the rankings, but they were down 21 or 23-7 today to Illinois and came back and almost won that game. So they got fight in them. And we all know, we've heard Braden talk about him and Bennett Sturtz's relationship. They roomed together at the Chris Paul camp. So they have a lot of respect for each other, but I also expect Braden to take that personally. Anyone who thinks that Sturtz is better than Braden, he's going to make them be a little quiet about that. So excited for the game on Wednesday, and another week of good Big Ten basketball, and getting hyped for the next Bears game. So appreciate everybody who tunes in, who listens to us. You guys do mean a lot. We really appreciate everybody who comments. Those are huge for just getting eyes on our video. It helps the algorithm when you comment. Turn on bell notifications so you do get notified when these come up. We're going to try to do a couple live, and I think we're going to collab with another podcast that maybe you have or have not heard of, in the next week or so. So look forward to that. And just really appreciate everybody. Anything from you, final thoughts, Dalton, or anything you want to say to the people?
The Deacon said that on Twitter, Purdue hasn't won a fucking thing in any relevant sport, so just have your university stick to golf and stay living in the shadow of IU. We'll be sure to tune in and watch you choke in March Madness again. So that's what I'll leave the people with. These are the people of Twitter with 3 followers. They are angry, and it is awesome. So
yeah, Dalton, as Dalton has been saying, please share our stuff with somebody that you know.
Give us a share, man. If you got Snap, if you got Facebook,
like Snap benefits.
No, Snapchat, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
For the young, cool kids like me.
Yeah, sorry, I ain't into that.
Yeah, Snapchat, Facebook. Put us in your feed. Put us on your story. Any little bit helps, man. And as we grow, we're a fan-first podcast, so who knows? You might be the next one on here. We appreciate everyone that watches, and if you ever want to come on here, just ask, man.
If you're watching at this point, you're a loyal one.
Two normal guys, family guys from Indiana. More than happy to have you on here. So,
absolutely appreciate everybody, and we'll have our Iowa preview sometime tomorrow. Will be up, so check out for that. Appreciate you.
Later.
Peace out.